distinguished lady from Vermont, Ms. Balint, is recognized for her questioning.
Thank you to the chairs. First of all, I really want to acknowledge at the top the courage that it took for each of you to come here today. It shows an incredible amount of fortitude. These are incredibly scary times, and it's not easy to stand up and speak out against authoritarians. It's not easy to stand up and speak against the president. So all you have to do is look at our Republican colleagues, both in the House and the Senate, who are remaining silent. So the fact that you're willing to be here, to show your face, to speak up for what's right, it matters. And I have to tell you that this is a critical moment right now, and you are doing the right thing, even though it's frightening, because you're giving all of us just a little bit of hope in these incredibly dark times. Hope that we're going to be able to turn the tide on this. Hope that more people will see you and stand up to the corruption and the cronyism. And just a little bit of hope that we'll remember that who we are as a people, that we're beholden to the rule of law. And as my colleagues have said, that we are not beholden to a king or a dictator. So know that you are doing the right thing, even though it feels terrifying. Authoritarians like Trump have nothing but contempt for the democratic process and for due process. They mock the principle of accountability because they have none. They portray themselves as victims of so-called lawfare so they can discredit an entire system. That's what this is about. This is about discrediting the system. So we can't believe in lawyers. We can't believe in institutions. And that's terrifying. That is convincing all of us that the rot goes so deeply that the foundation of our very democracy can't be trusted. Ms. Cohen, in your resignation letter, which I have to say was such a shining light, you talk about fear and powerlessness that motivated some of these law firms in the country to cave, and that's what they did. They caved. They are bootlicking. They are bending a knee. Make no mistake, that's what's going on here. How is it that some of the most prestigious and powerful law firms in this country feel that they have to act in this way?
I wish I had a good answer for you, but when I read things like Brad Karp saying that it was an existential crisis for a firm whose profit per equity partner was over $7 million last year, I don't know what to tell you. I apologize.
That's right. That's exactly right. It's not an existential crisis where they're going to lose some money. We're talking about the rule of law. It's disgusting. And the courage that you have to be here when so many of your senior colleagues say nothing and grovel to a would-be king speaks volumes about your integrity. We're in strange times. There were protests across the nation. This weekend, the Chief Justice of the Vermont State Supreme Court, who, trust me, does not usually comment on political matters, he said, quote, "No prior administration has taken such concerted action against the bar. An effort to erode an institutional pillar designed to check abuse of power." When the Chief Justice is finding his voice and speaking publicly, you would think that some law firms could do the same when it's just about the almighty dollar. I want to conclude by saying Trump and all of his enablers, whether they're in Congress or whether they're at these law firms, seem to think that they can outrun this, that somehow we're going to ride this out. We're not going to ride this out. It's not going away. It's only when good people stand up and say, no, I refuse to bow. And my hat is off to all of you. You are showing courage that so many people in this moment are not. And I'm going to be able to go home this weekend, the end of this week, and talk to my two kids. I got 2 high school students. And they're going to want to know that there are good people doing the right thing, and I'll be able to tell them about this. I yield back.